So here is our next one, and now we're starting to kick it up a little bit more. This is one of the Hot Ones' actual sauces, Los Calientes, the Hot Ones. And people on the show talk about how tasty this is, so I'm pretty excited. I think this is now getting up to about 25 or 30,000 Scovilles. So this should start having a little bit of real kick to it. Um, I see. I see green serrano. I see applewood smoked serrano and some orange habanero peppers.
Okay, so let's dig in, and I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes, go for it.
All right, glasses first. Okay, so everyone knows you love food and the spectacle of its presentation when with friends and family. But what is one food, one dish that is pure comfort for you that you love above that you love above all other things that doesn't involve fanciness or spectacle?
I gotta say, is it one dish?
One dish, one food.
One dish, one food. I think
More particularly one dish.
yeah, it's a one. And I think if I can pick that one dish of comfort food, if I'm cooking it and I can have it whenever, it's meatloaf. I really love.
Really?
Yeah, I really love. In particular, it's a recipe from not Fanny Farmer. It's a recipe in Forum Feasts, which is a little peer cookbook made from women in Ridgewood, New Jersey, where I grew up. And so that meatloaf is crunchy topped. It does not have ketchup on top. I do not like ketchup on top of my meatloaf. Erin does.
Shame and disgrace. I love ketchup.
Like not on meatloaf, but it's crunchy top. And what you do is on top of it, you drape bacon slices on top of it, so the bacon fat seeps through the meatloaf, and it's also then topped with crunched up saltine crackers, so it gets a little bit of crust on top.
So
I really like that.
Not a diet food.
No. Now, I haven't had it in a long time, but my comfort food that I really enjoy is always my mom makes a chicken marsala with mushrooms. So it's mom's cooking. Chicken marsala is very comforting. It's not fancy, and my mom would always put a lot of mushrooms on top of it, which makes me really happy. Very farty, but very happy. Okay. What do you think of this one?
Totally tolerable.
Yeah. Really good flavor.
Not just tolerable, I like it.
Yeah. All right. Now we're turning the page here, and we're now going to wing number 6. So now we're on the back stretch here. This is where they should be getting real deal. So number 6 here. This is a ghost pepper and blueberry hot sauce from Bravado Spice Company. I love the color on this, and I like that it's got blueberries. It makes it a little bit different. So cheers. Let's see how this one is.
All right.
Now, put a little dab on that.
I need more flavor.
Yeah. I'll take a little dab as well. I think maybe it's a very thin sauce.
Yeah.
It might have just gotten cooked off a little bit with the issue, but and of course it's a little bit, I guess, of chutzpah to put sauce on this when we know we've got the real damage coming up. Do we really want to increase our pain?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
So our daughter says yes. She's our
This is really tasty. I like the blueberry. Blueberry, white wine, vinegar, ghost pepper, sea salt, black pepper. I've been in training for this.
Do tell.
Well, we've got that refrigerator, that big clamshell full of Thai peppers, and then I'll make myself pho on occasion, and I slice up jalapenos to put in there. I don't just put a few, I put a lot.
Now, I'm going to work on firing up the laptop, and much like Hot Ones, I picked some pictures off of your social media that I think require a little bit more explanation. But that's going to take a little while, and meanwhile, I'm going to have you answer this question.
What?
So it's kind of an old saw when a couple gets married and they're they're saying their vows, they're looking at each other, that the guy looks at the woman, and I'm being heteronormative here, but the guy looks at the woman and thinks, gosh, I hope she never changes because she looks so perfect and beautiful. And when the woman sees the guy, she thinks, boy, I hope he changes. And so keeping that in mind.
Is this going to be an embarrassing question?
I don't think so. I'm going to ask you of me, what is one thing that I have changed since the day we got married, which you're like, yes, I'm so glad he changed this one thing that used to drive me back poop crazy, and he doesn't do it anymore? And then what's one other thing that you had hoped that I would change, and 15 years later has not changed and still drives you bananas?
You get angry.
Oh God, you're getting into the doo-doo.
Yeah, absolutely. One of each.
Okay, so you are a messy sleeper. You like to take all the covers with you when you turn. You like to sausage yourself, roll yourself enrollado in your stuff. That's changed, but because I helped you change.
Okay.
The fact that I removed all the flat sheets, and now we have a duvet with a duvet cover. You're not able to take all the sheets with you when you roll around.
So I've changed, but I changed with your help.
You changed with my help.
Okay.
I helped you become a better man.
Better sleeper.
So our bed isn't so much of a disaster. And then, I gotta say, your speakerphone voice. The fact that you've not changed your speakerphone voice with the speed talking. Just a little quieter, especially in the mornings.
Okay.
It would be so nice.
All right.
If in the mornings you didn't come down like stomping down the stairs and.
So, and let's see, if Mary can figure out the zoom on this. So, I'm going to show
I already
you the
figured
picture.
out the zoom.
What?
I'm zooming. I'm literally zoomed in on your faces right now.
Oh, okay. Well, what I'm gonna do, Mary, I'll take the laptop and I'll put it so you can get a full shot of the picture while she talks, but you have to see it first. But before we do that, let's turn to our first of our real wings here, and you can ask me a question. But this is the first of the real deal ones. This is the garlic reaper sauce that I think clocks in at, I want to say, like 110,000 Scoville, something like that. So it's Carolina Reaper based, very garlicky. So here we go. Buen provecho. This is the first one that should bring some pain in theory.
All right. While you're biting in, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Garlic really hits you.
Woo! Straight up the nostrils.
Oh wow.
I'm okay though.
Yeah.
What's your walk-on song?
So, I think one of them, there's two that really hit me. One is the Struts, Kiss This. I really like that. Although, I've often said my walk-on song, when I was younger, and still is the theme from The Natural. But,
I heard you listen to that the other day.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a good choice.
Wow.
This is what I trained for.
This, by the way, that wasn't like a build-up. This is a completely, like, wow.
It's all in the front of the mouth. It's right, like, front of the tongue.
I'm actually really scared at this point because this is like a, by the way, you know, there's been a few that have gone to the wall of shame. I'm really hoping I don't tap out, but look at you eating the whole thing. God, I don't know if I can. This is bad.
Well,
and
this
now,
is where we're dipping into the rice.
And just so you know, like, I can feel little sweat beads now in the forehead. Oh.
People tend to get really sweaty during hot ones.
Yeah, they do. That's why, like Chloe. Yeah.
Mom really has been preparing. You're underprepared.
Woo! Woo! Right here. All for you too. Right there.
Oh,
right there. A little bit of milk.
No, you milk, yeah. Some milk. Yeah.
I think the rice helps with the back of the mouth, and the milk is front tongue. I like that this milk is kind of fatty too.
Yeah. Thank you, Dan and Jeff from Trickling Springs. Best dairy on the planet.
I'm gonna pass on that. Oh.
Tropical is gonna make it worse, just letting you know.
Yeah.
According to what I read, sweet stuff helps with spice. So I'm hoping the sugars there help a little bit.
But it's carbonated, Dad. It's gonna make it spicier.
So here's the first picture here. So this is you. There's Lisa Mobius.
Oh, yeah.
And two other people. So I'm going to show that picture here.
Woo!
And what's the story behind that picture? Because that's from a long time ago.
This is pre-Mary.
You're gonna need to lower the brightness on it, actually. on the screen because it's kind of there's
That?
too much glare. Lower the brightness on the actual computer itself
see.
so that it can actually capture it.
Mm.
Let's see if that's a little bit better.
That's better.
All right.
So, this was on Capitol Hill. Is when we were dating, not yet engaged. Lisa had come to visit from China. My friend Lisa Mobius is she's from San Diego, but she lives in Shanghai. We got to know each other in Shanghai. Those other two girls, the one I think she knew in college at Brown, the other white girl, she knew in Brown, and the Asian girl she knew in Shanghai or language school or something like that. Anyway, we went to a Mexican restaurant in Capitol Hill.
Ah, okay.
And
Because I was gonna say I saw margarita glasses there.
yeah, well, I saw the other white girl at some yoga class. I think after Mary was born, we got together once, but I haven't seen her since.
You don't even remember her name?
I don't remember her name. We were connected through Facebook for a little while, and I don't think she used it very much.
All right, let's move on now. We're now going to the one that separates, the wheat from the chaff. The one that has traditionally killed people. I'm really scared here. This is the bomb. It's right here.
I'm gonna prep my mouth with some rice.
So good thing. I'll do the milk thing.
You're gonna bathe your lips.
Yeah, try not to get the hot sauce on your lips.
Yeah, that's hard though.
Just bite into it.
Here we go. I might die.
Let's toast. Because
Toast.
this might be the end of both of us.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna have to
Okay, after
capture
that,
both
I
of
might
your
do my quick
reactions.
fire
Go for it.
question for you. Ready?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm only doing one bite.